With some practical strategies is money and business expert Derrick Kinney. Derrick, thank you for being with us on a Tuesday.
My pleasure. Great to be with you.
All right, the first thing I want to ask you, I know the advice that you have often is to invest every time you get paid. So, I know for a lot of people, they want to know, what do you mean by that? What does that look like?
Well, we want to keep it simple, and that is if you work for someone and they take money out of your paycheck, add it to the 401k or your retirement account on a regular basis. And here's why. One day the market may be high, one day it may be low. Most days right now it's low, but you're buying more shares when they're lower. And when things do come back up again, that means you can make more money in the market, but you've got to be adding money on a systematic basis. So even when it's going down, this can be a good time to plant some seeds in the ground, because at some point the sun will come back out again and those investments will blossom and make you money.
And so another thing you often say is that when the market drops, I know that's something we've seen, to consider dropping more money into the market. How does that work? How is that beneficial?
Now, this is probably the least popular idea that I've got, but here's how it goes. Typically, when you're feeling the most worried, anxious, and nervous, when the stocks you like are plummeting, is oftentimes the best time to add some money to those. What we know is in the rearview mirror is when you can see, there was the low point in the market. Now things are going back up again. Most people tend to buy high and sell low, but when you buy low, again, it could go lower. That's why back on step one, if you're systematically adding money every paycheck, you're buying while things are down, but also keep some cash. If the stock you like really plummets, you may want to double down on it, at least in the short term.
And taking a look at debt, I know no one really likes to talk about debt, but you say one of the ways to save money is to pay that debt down, which can be really difficult when you feel like, things are kind of tight. So what do you say is the best way to do that?
Well, the wrong way to do it is just to pay off the lowest balance of your debt. And that's where you cost yourself money. And people work too hard, I know our viewers do, to miss any single dollar. So you want to pay off the highest interest rate debt. So on a list of paper, on your phone, just write out, hey, your home mortgage, what the interest rate is, your credit cards. It's probably going to be your credit cards or your auto note. Begin to put extra money toward that, because that bottom line will save you more of your hard-earned money.
All right, so getting that debt down. And one more question for you. If someone's watching right now and they want to pull their money out of the stock market right now, what advice would you give them?
Well, listen, I would either get some wine, chocolate, Pepto-Bismol, something to cope with the challenge you're facing. I understand how you're feeling. Listen, if you're probably 10 years to retirement, it may make sense to take some risk off the table, talk to your advisor about that. If you're younger than that, riding this out as hard as it is typically the best way to go. But also consider, again, keep adding money while it's lower. That way you're offsetting some of the losses with buying on the low side. It's proven to be a way to make money over time, but you've got to kind of white knuckle it. You may feel like you're on a roller coaster at Six Flags for quite a while.
So wine, chocolate, and Pepto-Bismol.
That's right. That's the key advice for today.
Best advice I've heard in a long time. Derrick, thank you so much for making us smarter. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.